Hello, Eski fans, and welcome to this special intergalactic edition of the Karl Hager Green and Gold Gridiron Show. I'm Corey Loranne.
And I'm Darth Morrison, and the only thing scarier than the ghouls and goblins knocking on your door right now are the chances that the Eskimos will make the playoffs.
Bum, bum, bum. But a big up to our man, the silent assassin, J.C. Sherritt, for breaking the Eskimo single-season tackle record of 117 set by Willie Pless in 1998. Now our man is on pace for breaking the CFL record of 129 set by Calvin Tiggle in 1994. Now, I know a lot of our Eski fans are either dressed like us today or were last weekend, but our next fan coming up, no matter what she's dressed as, is always wearing at least green boots.
It's probably started when I was being all developed in my mommy's tummy. Yeah. Kind of born into it, and it's just taken me to being the ultimate fan, I feel. They're my boys. No matter if they're down 40 or up 40, I'm still going to cheer them on, and they're never going to disappoint me. I have my old Gizmo Williams jersey. Proud of that, because it's the Giz. You can't go wrong with the Giz. I have my signed flag, which went after a game and met a bunch of the guys, and I'm just like, can you sign this for me? This is my first thing I'm ever going to have signed, so I got them to sign a flag. I have the entire 2006 team's football. I have a football that's signed by them, and last season when I met Fred Stamps and Mark Rastelli, I got a team signed football from them, and those are proudly displayed on a shelf that no one touches. You got to show your support, and what better way to show your support? Wearing green and gold boots, green and gold nail polish if you're female or you're into that. Your jersey, anything you can that's green and gold, I will wear, because I'm proud. I'm so proud to be an Eskimos fan, and usually I'm just going to be yelling my head off. Just come on, get her done, get the next down, get the next down, get a touchdown, next one, keep going, bring it up, bring it home, basically. So it can be intense, and I like it that way. How can you describe being the 13th Eskimo? It's pretty hard to describe. It's just walking in a stadium feeling like you're part of such a big, amazing organization, and you're giving your voice to a crowd of many, and you're cheering your team on to win that ultimate goal of the Grey Cup. And it's just an electric, tingling feeling. It's kind of individual for every person, but I love it. We're gonna relive our glory days, I think. We're gonna bring back another 13 Grey Cup team kind of thing. We're gonna put the boots to the other teams on. We're gonna give them a run for their money.
Another awesome Green and Gold to the Core fan, and we just want to say thank you to all of our Green and Gold to the Core fans that have been a part of our show this season. You are the backbone, and you lead the way in this Eskimo empire.
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 Strikes back.
Yeah.
Awesome. Now, earlier this year, we had a group of Eskimos play draw play. We've got one more contestant to go, and that's Adarius Bowman. Here's how the standings are shaking down from the bottom to the top. Simeon Rotier only had 2. J.C. Sherritt and Rashad Genty had 3. Coach Kavis had 4. Weldon Brown with 5. Hugh Charles and Rod Williams with 6. And at the top, not only can this man make a catch, he can draw. Kerry Koch with 9. How will Adarius fare today?
All right, welcome to this week's edition of the Draw Play on Karl Hager Green and Gold Gridiron Show, and we're with
Adarius Bowman.
Very nice, Adarius. Okay, you know how we play the game. I give you a card, you draw the clue, and these guys yell out the answers. Go for it. You're on the clock. Some heavy concentration.
Bread.
Ah, very nice, a piece of bread. Many people wouldn't have known that, but that was a piece of bread.
Carrot.
Knife.
Ah, very nice, a knife.
Oh, the knife? Yeah. And who hand that is?
No, taking a pass for the first time.
Noodle.
Nail. Keep moving. Well done.
Apple. Pear, peach, strawberry.
Very nice, 20 seconds.
Nice detail. Shirt. Nice. Bucket.
Wow, we may have an early leader here. Time's up. Very nicely done, Adarius Bowman. Very nicely done.
The Karl Hager Green and Gold Gridiron Show will be back after this.
Welcome back to the Karl Hager Green and Gold Gridiron Show. Now, the third member of our team, Burke Dales, has had an awesome time doing Coffin Corner this year, but he hasn't had so much luck on the field.
Yeah, unfortunately, Burke broke his foot, so last week we followed him to Karl Hager as he got his first initial visit. Well, this week we follow him to Karl Hager one more time as he takes a hand at building his own orthotic.
Hi, I'm Burke Dales, and this is the second part of Out of Bounds at Karl Hager, and right now I'm going to attempt to go up and build my own orthotic. Hi.
Hi there, I'm Angie. Welcome to Karl Hager's. You going to make some foot orthotics today?
Let's do this, Angie.
Okay, let's go. So here's your foot orthotic on the screen. So they digitized your foot, and we're going to set it up and carve it out today, and you're going to make yourself a foot orthotic.
Okay, well, I'm excited about that.
Okay, so we're going to go this way. Do you want some headgear?
Yeah.
And your ears. Good. So now, well, we have 2 insoles, but we're gonna go in this room here. We're gonna go in this room here. Take them off. Don't put that. Okay, let's go in there. Just don't get your fingers in the way. And you can press a bit. Like pretend you're grinding away here. Good?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, here.
Too easy.
Is
there any more challenges?
Longer. You're like, good job in the grinding room there.
Phenomenal job in the grinding room.
You did a really good job. So now we're going to glue on the foot orthotic cover.
Okay.
So you just press it and kind of go nice and easy.
Nice and easy.
Yeah, like
okay.
Don't like stop, because if you stop, it's going to be goopy. So you can go from one end to the other and then do this one as well.
Okay.
That's perfect.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
How's the strokes?
That's good. That's enough glue.
Okay.
Alright, that's probably good. Alright, pick it up, take a look at it, make sure underneath it looks all good.
Okay.
So now you're just going to trim it.
Just around the...
Yeah, just nice, right flush to the edge, all the way around.
Got her. Arts and crafts was never my strong suit, but I'm doing a phenomenal job right now with this.
You want to go in and polish your edge up a little bit? You have to be a little more gentle.
Okay.
Now you're just going to take it on here and like just glide over nicely, like long and even strokes. If you stop and press, it's going to gouge in. So go ahead, turn it on. Draw it towards yourself, and then it'll be a bit better, just lightly.
Smooth as glass on the outsides.
All right. A little more practice, we might hire him on.
We got the before and after here. This before, I'm going to be quite honest with you, I absolutely mangled. So I'm going to let the experts at Karl Hager here do what they do best. I'm going to go ahead and do what I do best. That's punt the football. And that's today on Out of Bounds.
Looks like Burke actually ended up getting it right, but I think you were right, Burke, to not quit your day job, so stick to punting the ball and not much of a future in orthotics. But we want to say a huge thank you to Karl, Hager, Lim, and Brace. The whole crew here really appreciates your support this year. It's been a great partnership, so thanks again. And we'll start off with our interview, Dwayne Vinot, that's going to talk to us about Fan Appreciation Day, always a day that Esky fans cannot wait to be a part of. What are you guys holding in store for us this year?
Well, yeah, the game's all about the fans, and so we do regular contests and prizing all season long, and this game is it's really amped up, and so there's going to be different contests during the day, lots of prizes for fans, and it's our last game of the year, so it's a big thank you.
And Vanilla Ice is going to be on hand?
Halftime show? Yeah, we have Vanilla Ice this game, and we're looking forward to that. You know, we always said sort of during the year that we weren't going to have any cold weather this game, and the only ice was going to be vanilla, but I don't know what's going to happen. He's going to put a good halftime show together, and then afterwards we're going to be in this facility again and doing a post-game concert right after the game is over.
Okay, so give us some of the details about the cabaret and what people can expect.
So the doors will open around 10 o'clock, and sort of right after the game is over, you know, the game, depending on the time, people will flood in here like they've been doing the last couple of post-game concerts, and we get a couple thousand people in here. The first 2,000 people get in, and he's going to come on stage shortly after that and do a quick hour set and have some fun, and again, it's a big thank you to all of our fans for a free concert.
And I mean, around the stadium and stuff, are there going to be, what kind of things can the fans expect during the game?
Well, there's a bunch of things that are happening this week where we're having the fans vote on different elements of the game. So they'll have the opportunity to vote on what the cheer team songs they're performing, what the mascots are wearing, those kinds of things. And then we have our official team photo that we're giving out before the game. So everyone that comes in will have the team photo. And then there's just lots of prizes that you have to stay tuned for that'll happen throughout the game.
And I should ask too, for the cabaret, there's no cost involved. People can just sort of come in.
Yeah, exactly. It's free with a game ticket, and just come on in and have a beer afterwards and enjoy Vanilla Ice. And you know, we're going to go a little retro, and we're going to change your costume.
Yeah, into what?
Vanilla Ice.
Okay. I think you should dress as Vanilla Ice.
No.
How about a Vanilla Ice impression?
Both of us?
No, just you.
No, not a chance, not a chance.
I figured that was the response I was going to get. Thanks, Dwayne. I really appreciate it, and looking forward to this
thanks,
weekend.
and it's been a great year, you guys, and you guys have done a great job.
Thanks, Dwayne.
Thank you.
We'll be back right after this.
This is Peter, that's Jay, I'm Matt, we're Section O, and you're watching the Karl Hager Green and Gold Gridiron Show on Shaw TV.
Welcome back to the Karl Hager Green and Gold Gridiron Show. Earlier in the show, we saw that Burke is getting very close to being back on the field.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, his injury hasn't stopped him from bringing the hard-hitting questions in the coffin corner.
Where's your guns?
Pew, pew.
You are now back in the coffin corner with Jesus Christ himself, and I just want to, I got a special guest with us today. Brody McKnight came to us from the Montreal Alouettes, and I got to ask you, is there any sins you would like to repent at this point in time?
Well, I went a little too hard on the weekend with one of my boys, but that's about it.
Hey, solid answer, solid answer. Actually, guys, I'm not Jesus Christ. I don't know if you guys know that, but this is my Halloween giddy up, and I'm going as Charlie Manson. So this is my Charlie Manson. Anyways, all jokes aside, Brody, you spent a great college career with the Montana Grizzlies. What was your most memorable moment as a Grizzly?
It would have to be when we played the Montana State Bobcats my senior year. And the Montana State Bobcats were ranked #1 in the nation. And the year before, they threw their jerseys on our logo. And we came back and we got it done and we won the game.
That's a great win. That's a great win. That's a great win. If you were an animal, any animal on Earth, what animal would you be and why?
It would have to be a grizzly bear, because a grizzly is built to survive the worst of conditions, and they can be a predator, and they can also be a furry little friendly guy as well.
Hence the reason it's -15 right now, and this man does not have a shirt on. Okay, I know all the guys on the team want to know this, but how many suitcases can you carry at one time?
Didn't see that one coming. You know, I could
3, 4, what's the number?
A good solid 2 suitcases.
We've got a solid 2. Heavy ones, too.
Maybe a couple of my traps, another couple of my ears.
Oh, that's 100%. Dead or alive, you can sit down with any man, any woman on Earth. Who would it be and why?
It'd have to be the Dalai Lama. I mean that. I actually mean that. It's just really cold. I mean that because you know, he's a very spiritual person, and you know, he has a lot of good things to say, and he's one with the earth.
Can't go wrong with the Dalai Lama. Okay, there's a horror movie made of Brody McKnight's life. Who plays the leading role and why?
It would have to be Mark Wahlberg or Sylvester Stallone. Because they both have a lot of heart, and they're determined, and they're loyal.
And he's built a lot like Sylvester in Cliffhanger. Okay, if you could choose a profession outside of pro football, what profession would you choose, Brody?
With all due respect, it would have to be in the special ops.
Special ops?
Yeah.
That's a great call. Okay, I set you up on a date with, let's go, Angelina Jolie. Okay? I set you up on a date. You have her over to the house for some wine. What do you cook her? And more importantly, what do you do for entertainment? How do you entertain her?
Well, Burke, that's a very good question. We would we'd start off by the fire. I would lay out a white bear carpet. We would get Angelina some Shiraz or Chardonnay, whatever she prefers.
White or red?
I would pour myself half a glass of scotch, only half to start. Then we would lie down, and a midget waitress would come in, and he would serve us escargot to start with, possibly some steak later, maybe some lobster, whatever she's in the mood for.
And you guys would have a nice adult conversation?
That's all.
That's it.
And whatever happens, happens.
Okay.
And we enjoy the warmth of the fire, and you know, it could possibly heat up. But you never know. It's just gotta play it by ear and let the woman do the work.
Yeah. And that is, quite frankly, the most solid answer we've had on the Coffin Corner to date. And then we finish off with a little segment we like to call Knock 'em Out or Buy 'em a Beer. Knock 'em Out or Buy 'em a Beer, Grant Shaw.
Knock him out. Then buy him a beer. Then knock him out again.
He would knock him out.
And buy him a beer.
Buy him a beer. Then he'd knock him out. Then he would buy him a beer. Like I said, special guest, Brody McKnight, Edmonton Eskimos, Coffin Corner, Jesus Christ. Guys, back inside, back in the warmth, the Coffin Corner, whether it be outside in the sub-zero temperatures or be inside in this nice, cozy, warm facility, it's always warm. It's always heated up in the Coffin Corner. And I'd just like to say to Corey and Meg, I had a great time this year with you guys. I had a lot of fun doing the Coffin Corner, and hopefully I'll be back to do it again next year. So thank you, guys.
Great job this season, Burke. We've been very lucky to have you not only on our team, but on the Eskimos as well, and we look forward to hopefully working together again next season.
Now, last week we were at the annual Eskimo dinner, and we talked to many greats, including Gizmo, Damon Allen, and Warren Moon. And one thing they all had in common, aside from being an Eskimo, was their admiration they had for our next guest in the fifth quarter.
After we lost to Montreal, I realized that we had to win. I thought going to the Grey Cup was a good deal, but it's almost better to not go to the Grey Cup than to go to it and lose. You know, we just came back with the idea of improvement, and we kind of changed the offense to where the inside receivers catching a bunch of passes in and being a real threat. And they were going against defensive backs that were more in there to stop the run than they were to stop the pass, so we had an awful lot of success. Norm Kimball said, we have $1 million, we're going to sign the best player in football coming out of university. One of my coaches and I went and visited every one of the 10, watched them practice, looked at their film. When we came back, I said to Norm, these are the 3 guys we like the best. This is the order we like them the best. But there's a guy out at Washington we like better than any of them. And he said, who's that? And I said, Warren Moon. So they made it clear to me that my job was on the line on this decision, but that they would go along with it, and they were all for it.
Now the celebrations can begin for Victoria's head coach Hugh Campbell, his standout young signal caller Warren Moon, and the rest of the jubilant Eskimo team.
We had great leadership from Norm Kimball, who was very demanding. After we won the Grey Cup, the second year I was a coach, I inadvertently, in his presence, said, well, we're not, we can't win it every year. And he said, why? And he said to me, explain to me why we can't win it every year. And so we went out and won it every year.
And the Grey Cup for the 5th consecutive year will go to Edmonton.
My thinking in leaving here was that we had gone to the Grey Cup 6 years in a row. It was going to be more and more fans and people in Edmonton were evaluating us on how much we won by, not on whether we won. And at the same time, to be very frank, I was offered a lot more money than I was making here, and with 4 kids about to head towards college and all of that. It was time for me to have a little extra money besides just getting from month to month. And I don't know if you'd call that greedy or common sense, but whatever it was what it was. You know, as it turned out, Warren went soon after I did, and I had he and I also had another quarterback, Oliver Luck. We didn't have receivers the first year. The second year we got some, and we also got some good defensive backs, and we became a pretty good football team over the time I was there. Again, Norm Kimball played a big part in my life. He called me in Houston and said he was going to go to Montreal, and he wanted me to be the coach in Montreal. And I'm not a rocket scientist, but I figured out that if he was going to Montreal, his job was open in Edmonton. And so I came and talked to the board, and they offered me the job on the spot. So I became president and general manager, and I thought, you know, I'm going to do this for either 3 years or 5 years. And I did it for 21 years or something. And my dad gave me lots of good advice, like most people's dad. The one thing he said to me that didn't turn out to be accurate is when I started coaching in pro football, he said, well, someday you're going to have to get a real job where you actually work. But somehow I managed to escape that.
Fake, if they have a fake, this is it. Hey, watch a fake.
I was pretty hands-on as far as all areas, from roster to everything else, and always made sure we had a head coach that I felt could win a Grey Cup for us, and everything centered around football. Every decision I made had to do with, does this help us win games, and does this help us sell tickets? All small businesses, the people that work for you are important, but in football, the team, they are your product. In that era, I think you could ask players that played for any team in Canada, and then at part of their career played for the Eskimos, they might say they had more fun somewhere else or whatever else, but being an Eskimo was special, and once an Eskimo, always an Eskimo. The one single favorite moment for me was when Ronnie Lancaster was head coach and the Eskimos won the Grey Cup in Calgary. It just because to have a best friend win the championship, and it was the emotional time. It was a good time. There are some times when I would like to be the head coach, you know, just like every fan, but I do not miss it. I'm only now starting to really, really appreciate the opportunity and time that I had in professional football. It was a wonderful way to make a living and to have good friends and connections, and all the Canadian League, all the owners that were so great to work with. I mean, there were days where we held the league together, all of us, the owners of all the different teams, where we made decisions and they put money on the line, where the bankers across Canada thought every game was our last game. I'm real fond of the other owners in the league and what everybody did then, so that now there is this product called the Canadian Football League.
That does it for another episode and our season on the Karl Hager Green and Gold Gridiron Show. Good job, Darth.
Good job, buddy.
And little elephant, Ella. It's been a fun season. And you can check out all of our episodes from the last 4 seasons actually on esks.com and our YouTube channel, The Gridiron Show. Make sure to visit some of our other social media pages. You have Instagram, you have Facebook, and you can tweet us at The Gridiron Show and let us know what you think and some of the things you'd like to see for next season.
Now, our season might be over, but the Eskimo season is not. All they need is one more point to get into the playoffs, and they're going to do that this Friday at 7 o'clock when they take on Calgary. So let's show everybody how to the core we are, and let's pack the Eskimo Empire.
Absolutely. The boys are going to need our help, so let's do it. Let's go in big numbers and let's be loud and proud here at Commonwealth Stadium. If you can't make it down, you can always check out all the action on the Voice of the Eskimos, 6:30 CHED. That's it.
That's
May the force be with you.
Happy Halloween. The Karl Hager Green and Gold Gridiron Show is brought to you by Karl Hager Limb Brace, custom designed braces and foot orthotics manufactured in Edmonton.
Look at this thing. This is awesome. You even got yellow on there too to get all the colors right. Oh my God, that's amazing.
Perfect.
No, I used to make 4 big ones at a time for the team.
Oh my goodness.
Well, it was a big team.
Did you want to cut it together like a wedding?
Yeah, okay.
We're just getting you ready for your upcoming nuptials, Corey.
Yeah, exactly.
Tastes like playoffs.
That's terrific. Just a little bit for you, okay?
Mmm.